Guys, kindly watch this story to the end. It has so many lessons. So, in one of the villages in Africa, there lived a young girl named Meg. She was a happy child who loved her family very much. Her father was a hard-working farmer. He not only grew crops on their farm, but also had a small machine that turned cassava into garri, a food that everyone in the village ate. Villagers would bring their cassava to him, and he would make garri for them, earning some money to take care of his family. Meg's mother sold firewood. Every day she would go to the forest to collect sticks and logs, bundle them up and sell them in the village. Even though it was hard work, it provided enough for them to live on. Meg attended one of the best schools in the village. She is a bright student who loved to learn new things. Her teachers often praised her for being eager to understand her lessons. After school, Meg would help her mother with the firewood business. She would carry small bundles of wood on her head and help sell them at the market. Sometimes she would also help her father on the farm, carrying water or picking fruit from the trees. Meg loved fresh air of the village, the smell of the earth after it rained, and the warmth of the sun. But what Meg loved most was playing with her friends. After school, they would gather and run through the fields, climb trees, and pick fruit from her father's farm. Meg would share those fruits with her friends. They would sit together, eating and laughing. These simple moments made Meg very happy. Life in the village was simple, but it was full of love and joy. However, Meg's mother was not happy with this simple life. She often felt jealous of her friends who had moved to the city. Whenever they returned to the village during festival times, they came with big cars, wearing expensive clothes, and talk about their lives in the city. Meg's mother wanted that life. She wanted to have nice things and to be admired like her friends. She dreamed leaving the village and moving to the city. One day, Meg's mother talked to her husband about moving to the city. She told him how she felt and how she wanted a better life. But Meg's father didn't agree. He knew this city could be tough, especially for people like them who didn't have much money. He tried to explain to Meg's mother that life in the village was good and that they had everything they needed. But Meg's mother wasn't happy with this answer. She still wanted more, even though her husband didn't want to move. Meg's mother couldn't stop thinking about the city. She became restless and unhappy. One day, when her husband was working on the farm, she made a very big decision. She packed few of their clothes, took Meg by the hand, and without telling anyone, they left village and went to the city. When they arrived in the city, it was nothing like Meg's mother had imagined. The city was crowded and noisy, and everything was expensive. The little money they had ran out quickly, and they found it hard to survive. Meg's mother tried to find work, but she could only get small jobs like washing clothes and cleaning houses. Even though she worked hard, it was never enough money. They often didn't have enough to eat, and the city that Meg's mother had dreamed about became a place of struggle and hardship. As things got worse, Meg's mother became desperate. She started seeing rich men who gives her money and to make more money as she always wanted. She started sending Meg, her only daughter, to be sleeping with these men. She convinced herself that it was for Meg's good, that it would help them to survive. These men were eager to pay her double. because Meg was still young and very beautiful. She became so happy because of the amount of money she received on a daily basis. She started buying nice things for herself, like cars, expensive clothes, jewelries, and live in a very expensive house. Meg was heartbroken. She missed her village, her friends, and her father. She hated the life her mother was making her live. The men her mother sent her to were much older, and Meg felt scared and ashamed. She wanted to go back to school, to be normal girl again, but her mother refused. "We need money, not school," her mother would say, ignoring Meg's tears. This miserable life continued until one day something terrible happened. Meg was sent to a rich man, but he was a ritualist who didn't care about money. He wanted to use her for evil purposes. That day, Meg disappeared, and Meg's mother lost her only daughter. Devastated and full of regret, Meg's mother returned to the village. But when she got back, she found that her husband had also passed away. He had fallen seriously ill after they left, and without his family by his side, he died. Now Meg's mother was alone. She realized that her desire for a better life had cost her everything: her husband, her daughter, and the simple life they once had. She stood by her husband's grave, crying bitterly, wishing she could go back in time, but it was too late. Meg's mother learned too late that the life she had in the village was more precious than all the riches she had dreamed of in the city. Thank you guys for watching. The lesson from this story is that we should all be contented with what we have. So guys, if you find this story very interesting, kindly like, subscribe for more interesting stories. Thank you.